This is Around the County.
Hello and welcome to Around the County at First Choice Workspace here in Wantage, New Jersey. Today we are here with Nancy Ragusa, another great artist from Sussex County, right?
Actually, Passaic County.
Oh, Passaic County,
Yeah.
Imagine that. So Sussex, Passaic, we're all over the place.
Close by.
Close by. But that's wonderful. It's great. Thank you so much for taking the time to come.
Absolutely.
Your art is beautiful. There is a lot to it. And I really would love for you to tell everyone about you and where all this began, right?
Well, first off, thank you for having me and including my paintings in this. It's amazing and it's a great honor. It really is. So thank you. Well, I started painting. Well, I did start painting when I was younger. I did oils, pastels, and I loved it. I was doing this as a kid, and art was my very first favorite class in school. And then as I grew up, I just kind of went a different route. It's like I never pursued it. I guess back then, it's like my parents weren't like really thinking, okay, that's not gonna amount to anything. So it's like, okay, so I just went somewhere else. But September 5th, 2021, I went to my first painting set with one of my coworkers, and my passion for painting was ignited. It was just like, I can't even explain it. It was just, I just fell in love with it. It was so much fun, and I have always been a creative person, and just experiencing that, and it was just like something just awoken in me. And I have not put a paintbrush down since.
Wow.
I started going to paint sips by myself because I didn't have anything at home. It was just like, this is my first time I was gonna do it. I was painting. So I'm like, kept going to these painting sips. And then finally it's like, but I really wanna do this at home. I don't want to have a schedule. I wanna just be able to do it when I wanna do it. So I started going and picking up some supplies, but then I remember growing up, I always watched Bob Ross. Okay, like I think many of us have.
We love Bob Ross.
It's just like, yes, right? You just gotta love Bob Ross. And so I remember, it's like, wow, like, so I started researching him on YouTube, and there's videos like everywhere. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I went and I picked up all these oils, all my brushes, all my canvases, and I started just following along with him. And my very first seascape I ever did, he did in 30 minutes. I did it in 4 hours.
Oh, wow, well, hey.
Because I had to keep rewinding
Right.
and, go back and forth. It's just like he knew what he was doing, but I had to get the colors right. And, so, but that one painting is hanging in my living room, and I will never, ever sell it.
That's right.
It's there. Many people have wanted it, but it's just, that's the reminder of my beginning, of my journey. And it was incredible. And when I showed it to my coworkers and friends, were like, wait, what? Are you kidding me? Like, you did that? I go, yeah, I just finished it. And they're like, the encouragement I was getting from them was like incredible. So I just started, following along more and more with him. And then I just actually started finding groups, on Facebook with all these other artists. So I started joining all of those and talking to more artists and just learning different things and different techniques. So I eventually started doing fluid art as well. And I just researched so much. Like, I want to keep learning, and trying all different things. So I just kept going. But oil is my first love.
Okay.
It's just like my favorite because one, the wet on wet technique makes it so much easier, for lack of a better word, because the canvas is wet, so you can blend on the canvas instead of trying to blend everything on the palette, which makes it more difficult. You just blend it into the canvas, and it's just so much smoother, and I just enjoy that technique. And then plus, because the oils have a longer drying period, I could stop if I have to for that night and pick it up the very next day. Because sometimes it's like I will step away from the painting because it's just, I really need to see what I'm doing. So I'll back away and I'll sit there because my studio is my living room. So I'll sit on my couch and I'll just be looking at it and just figuring out what my next step should be, what I want to do, where I'm seeing this painting going. And sometimes I need to take the night and just like let it just sit. And so next day it's still wet, so I can just carry on. Whereas acrylic it's cool. I do like working with acrylics too, but you gotta work fast. Because it dries so quick. But I've learned different techniques to, expand the drying time, which you could use like certain mediums, which help slow the drying time, or you could use a water mister and just mist the canvas, so you could, extend the drying time. I'm sorry, I talk with my hands.
No, I do the same. I do the same.
It's just, I'm so nice.
No, I do the same.
So I've learned different things and meeting with these wonderful artists, on FaceTime, on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Like I'm becoming like really great friends with a lot of these artists, and we help encourage and teach and explain and talk. It's just like we're there for each other. So this world, this journey I'm on, has just changed so much for me. Like changed my life like so much. I'm just so much happier than I've ever been. The thing is, I'm a very spiritual person, and I kept asking my higher power. It's like, there has to be something more for me. It just can't be what I'm doing here. There's got to be more. Please show me like what it is. And he brought me to that paint and sip. And then I started thinking, I said, oh, that's what he was doing. He brought me into the art world and showed that I have some creativity. And I'm just following along with it. I'm just along for this ride. It's just like, this is my passion. I'm following it. I'm doing this full time now. This is what I want to do. It's like, I don't want to wait until I'm like Grandma knows this like really well, right? But I don't want to wait until I'm that age to live my life and do what makes me happy and what I'm passionate about. And this is it for me. It's just like, I just love painting. I don't care what I'm doing, what technique I'm using. I just enjoy it. And the one thing about me is I'm trying to beautify this world one painting at a time.
I love that.
I am a positive person, and most of my paintings, there are some paintings that are a little darker.
Right.
And there's one painting in particular, it's called My Hideaway. It's an oil and it's dark. I had a very bad day, and I was like, went home and I sat on the couch. I was like, no. I looked at because my easel's always there. I grabbed a canvas and I just started painting, and what it is, it's just like it's darkness, and then you'll see the tops of trees, and it's my hideaway because that's where I hide, where I live. It's just because I'm surrounded by mountains and trees, and that's my hideaway. So it's one of my darker pieces, but for me, it's like I'm just trying to bring peace and serenity and tranquility and happiness into people's lives. When they see my paintings, I want them to get lost in a good way and just be able to relax for a moment. Just sit back and just look at that painting and get lost in it and let it resonate however it's going to resonate. But I want to bring happiness into this world. And that was one of my main goals when I was always looking for a career. Is like, how can I help people? Like, what is it about me? Like, what can I do to help people? In a sense, I feel like this is one way, is helping them to calm down and take a breath and just sit back and just enjoy life, and just, even if it's for a moment, just wherever they may put their paintings, if it's in their living room, they're just sitting there and they could just look at it, and it just gets them out of their own head, which is something I talked about earlier. It's like painting to me is very therapeutic, it's very meditative.
She's stealing all my questions. No, I'm kidding. But you know what, and I will say this, you have a beautiful energy around you.
Thank you.
And when I saw your paintings, it reflects on your paintings.
Thank you.
So I think the fact that you just said that, I will tell you, you're achieving your goal, because I see it on your paintings.
Okay,
it was beautiful. I saw it and I was like, oh my God, yes, this is you.
Thank you.
You belong there, and so I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing that, you are very creative. I can tell from meeting her like 15 minutes ago. And so I can see you doing great things. Even like you were saying, even here at the workspace. I mean, you can become a member and use the common areas and have your own sip and paints.
Can I?
Yes. You talk to John. I mean, that would be a great thing for you.
Actually, I was going to mention it to him jokingly.
No, really, talk to him.
Okay.
You could do classes. You know, we were talking before the actual interview about children and the stress in this world. You know, classes for little kids or something like that. I mean, you know, but the sky is the limit when it comes
really
to
is.
art.
It really is.
And then I feel you have found a passion.
Yes.
And
I absolutely have.
yes.
But wow, that would be really great because I've been asked by so many people to teach them. They want to learn what I'm doing, and I can't do it in my house. But this would be a great opportunity to be able to do that. Because like one of my other goals is eventually open up my own gallery.
Right.
Doing what you and John are doing is helping local artists be able to display their work. Because as we all know, getting into a gallery, you know, like a museum or it's very, very difficult. It's almost impossible. And I want to help other artists get their work out there in an easy way, where you don't have to fight tooth and nail. And you know, it's like I want to be able to help them and get their stuff out there, whether it's sculptures or like whatever the case, whatever it is. I want to help them. So that is one of my goals as well, to be able to do that. But this is a wonderful
the workspace here is really, that's what it's about. Is professionals helping professionals.
Yes, I love
people
that.
with a passion helping people with a passion, because I agree with you, we're lacking that in the world.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm very.
The world needs more people like you.
Yes. So you know, it's. I'm very happy to meet you. I'm very happy you reached out and that your work is here at the gallery and you guys can come and check it out. Also, if anybody wants to reach out to you directly, where can they reach you?
They could find me on my website, which is paintingsbynragusa.com. And they could reach me through my email, contact@paintingsbynragusa.
Okay.
You can email me there, or on my other email, which is nragusa333 @gmail.com.
All right.
So
there you have it. This is Nancy Ragusa. You know, and her artwork is now displayed at the gallery at the Workspace here in Wantage, New Jersey. Thank you for joining us,
Thank you.
we'll see you next time.
Thank you.